on, ladies and gentlemen? Boys and girls, back again. Another breaks for you. Today we get into Sleep Token Damocles, I think. It's Greek, right? They just dropped this yet again, another single off of the new album, probably. And I don't know how many more they're going to give us before we get the full album, but we're going to jump right into it. Hope you're having a good day. Come vibe with your boy.
Well, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea.
Oh, I can already hear some of these melodies, man.
From outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
Little vocoder action. Humanizer.
Like harmony.
Love that.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem.
Instantly chills. Oh my god, the lyrics. Oh my god.
See the bottom. Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
The lyrics, bro. That's real.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
That's facts.
No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up over the peaks. And I play discordant days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. When the river runs dry and the curtain
I love that. I love that before the break, dude.
runs out on me.
It's like a little tape cassette kind of thing.
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls?
Damn.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Nobody told me I'd be begging for relief when what is silent to you feels like it's screaming to me. Well, nobody told me I'd get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell.
Oh, man.
Everyone's trying, the curtain is cold. How will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Give it to me, Vessel. Two! Oh my god, yo! The dude's got 4 arms. Holy shit. I just went on an experience. I just got astral projected, man. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm on cloud 9. Cloud Damocles. Tomato. God bless, dude. This band's incredible. Whoa. What do we got here? Whoa. What is it? Everything looks like it's like in hell almost, like the heaven and hell. And that goes into the lyrics that he's playing on, right? The songwriting for the last 3 songs. Hey, what's going on? Don't mean to interrupt or anything. I don't like advertisements any more than you do, but if you like merchandise such as this shirt and you want to cop this shirt, yes, this is my shirt. You can go ahead and click the link in the description down below where I have all my merchandise. I'm going to go ahead and scroll it right here. You can see all my merchandise. If you want to see any of that, you want to buy any of that, support your boy, support the channel, you can click in the link in the description down below. Okay, I'll see you later. Let's get back to the video. Love you guys. Okay, bye. Emergent, Caramel, and this one, he's definitely touching on, well, the whole band's touching on, the success, the highs and the lows, the light and the dark of the fame of the band, of their journey that they've been on, the mental struggles, the mental battles, and they're so good at touching on that with the lyrics, especially the lyricism is super good because it's very poetic. It's in your face to where you understand what it is at the surface level. You don't have to dig too deep into it, but it also is written in a way where you do dig deep and it expands, right? That's the genius of their writing, is that they write it easy enough to where pretty much anybody can just hear it one go and listen and understand it, get the main message across. But when you dig deeper and you pay attention and you peel back the layers of it, there's a lot to unpack. That's why I really enjoy his writing. Other than the song sounding amazing, you know how I am with Vessel, his singing and piano especially, but then they also had the fullness of the guitar. The guitars and the effects of the guitars and the way they're tuned here is definitely more in the mid-range, kind of in the medium of distortion and effects. It's not too much, it's not too little. It really adds to a lot of that kind of warm vibe, that warm fuzzy feeling, and like everything's going to be okay, because this song is about him still kind of struggling a little bit and him thinking about the future, like, man, when the river runs dry and like when I finally come up for air, am I gonna be choking? Like, him and the band are so into making the music, and they had such a huge blow up because when I first started reacting to them, they had like 48,000 subscribers, right? And I was reacting to them for 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year, and then they dropped Take Me Back to Eden, and they just skyrocketed. They went crazy over a year's period. So they went from like 60K, 70K subs to like 700,000 or something. And now they're coming up on 900,000. So they had this huge propulsion of success, and he's touching on everything. This album is going to be touching on all of that, and probably the back and forth of what it was like when it was just the music. They didn't have too much fame and it wasn't as crazy, and what that's like now, the expectations, you have to feed the fans, you got to deal with the public, you got to, they're trying to keep their identity safe. So this song specifically is about that. When the river runs dry, like if the empire falls, who will I be? Like, will I just be forgotten? So he's kind of thinking ahead, because all artists eventually, peak and then they fall, and some artists retire when they're on top. Some artists, just kind of ride the wave down, retire later. Some artists hit a huge form of success and then they fall off overnight. That happens. That's very, very common in rap. So he's contemplating all these thoughts and wondering, like, man, what is going to happen when this all ends? I don't want it to end. How long is it going to be before it ends? And also how he's keeping it together. This is kind of a continuation of Caramel, because he's saying, I have a problem, but nobody knows. Like, he's really good at keeping it in. Of course, everybody knows because he makes music about it. But I'm assuming, maybe in his personal life, no one really knows, or that's just how he is with his problems. Like, maybe he shares what he's going through, but it might be worse than that, right? That's another way you could take that lyric. So the lyricism in here is very good. The writing is very good. The song as it flows is great. That's another thing that I've always said since I first started reacting to Sleep Token, was the way that they build songs is so good, and they have such a good formula for when they do these buildings. They introduce a lot of sounds that are going to be in the song later in the beginning, and they just kind of give you doses of it. They slowly build, they add more instrumentation as the verse comes, the chorus comes, they add, and then by the end of the song, it's so full, there's so much going on. 2 was going absolutely crazy here on the drums. Absolutely nutty, and it didn't feel like it was too much for this song. This song is a little bit more on the relaxed side. It is a little bit more on the beauty, kind of pretty side. it's not this crazy heavy song with all these crazy drums, but yet he popped off on the drums. And how did they make that work? Because of the way they built it. If they would have thrown that in the beginning, it would be like, whoa, this is too much too soon. What's going on? So they really understand music. They understand the building of music. They understand melody. They understand how to make things sound big and full and atmospheric. Like, they just understand music very well. So this is gas. I mean, they're 3 for 3. In my opinion, they're 3 for 3 on this project so far. Okay. They haven't missed. They're very, very good. I love these songs. They are a little bit situational for when you would listen to them, as a lot of Sleep Token music is very situational because they're such a different sounding band. But nonetheless, I do find myself wanting to listen to this again. Don't know what playlist it's going to go on, but it's going to go on a playlist. Very good. Again, I hope Vessel and everybody's okay mentally and they're dealing with all this success and dealing with all this stuff in a healthy way. But I'm ready for more. This is really good. Also, the visuals, that flag was burning the whole way. Little details like that kind of signifies that maybe, an end of an era. Not saying they're going to retire or anything, but like that flag's burning up. So, a star shines brightest and then it burns out. There's a little bit of that metaphor, that visual metaphor going on there with the flag burning out. So who knows? And at the very end, it shows a little bit of that glitchy, dark, goes from a beautiful kingdom to like this dark wasteland of a kingdom kind of. So again, they're touching on not everything is sunshine and rainbows. It could all flip in an instant and just be crashing and burning. So anyways, that'll do it for today's reaction video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, helps the YouTube algorithm. If you're new here and you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. I drop a video every day. If you're not new here, welcome back. Appreciate love and support. You know what to do. Leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. If you're a fan of Sleep Token, be sure to support Sleep Token. Always support the artist or the content you enjoy. So with all that being said, hope you're having a great day. Sending positive vibes your way. And until next time, I'm out.